Hello everyone. So in this video we're going to be talking about applications with solving equations. Sorry. The first example is going to be involving translating English words into a mathematical sentence. All right. So a lot of those English words and how they translate I've put in this box here, okay? What words do we see that should give us a red flag and tell us that we're dealing with addition or equals or subtraction, okay? So this is going to be an important chart to really digest. So just take a couple seconds, read through that. As I take a drink of water so I stop choking. All right, so let's work through this. Example 1. 14 less than 3/4 of a number is -8. Find the number. So when we're dealing with a problem like this, we want to dissect each part. So we got 14 less. All right, so less, that means we're taking something away. That's subtraction. So we're going to be taking 14 away from something. We're taking 14 less than 3/4 of a number. Well, 3/4 is a fraction. Of is multiplication. A number, we're just going to call that x. So x will equal the number. Okay? Now, for the next part, we have is equals -8. -8. So now let's put this all together into one equation. So 3/4 of a number, so 3/4 x, minus 14 equals -8. That is the equation from the translated English words. So from now that we got an equation, we can solve this. So I'm going to add 14 to both sides. So I'm going to get 3/4 x equals, that's going to be 6. And then I'm going to multiply both sides because 3/4 is multiplying x. So to undo multiplication, I divide. How do I divide fractions? I multiply by the reciprocal. All right, so x is going to equal 6 times 4/3. So if I do that over here, cross cancel, that's going to be 8. So x is going to equal 8. My number is 8. All right, so there's one problem. Let's talk about example B. All right, 3 times the sum of a number and 5 is 21. Again, let's dissect this. So we're taking 3 times something. So 3 times something. All right, what are we taking 3 times of? The sum of a number and 5. So sum is addition between a number, which I'm going to call x, and 5. So x plus 5. We're taking 3 times x plus 5. So I need to remember to put x plus 5 in parentheses because we're taking 3 times that entire sum. Okay? So equals 21. So let's write this now in a more conventional equation. And hopefully you see that that is saying 3 times the sum of x plus 5 is equal to 21. Okay? So from here, I see distributive property. I can either divide both sides by the 3 or distribute it. So let's show both ways just so we remember that we can do both ways. So we get 3x plus 15 equals 21. Subtract 15 from both sides, so we get 3x equals 6. Divide both sides by 3, we'll get x to equal 2. Or, over here, we could divide both sides by 3 to start. Then we get x plus 5 equals 7. Subtract the 5, and x will equal 2. So either way, my number is 2, no matter how we solve it, okay? It's very important in example B, you have to remember your parentheses. And the way you remember the parentheses, you're taking 3 times that entire sum. So put the sum in parentheses, and then you're taking 3 times that. Okay? What about this? How is this an application problem? So what I mean by an application problem is we have to do more steps here. Okay? So this equation's saying if 12 equals negative 7a minus 9, find 5a plus 13. Okay? This is a very big like SAT or standardized test question that you might see, because first what we have to do is solve our equation. Let's solve this because we can solve this equation. 12 equals negative 7a minus 9. So first step, add 9 to both sides. So we'll get 21 equals negative 7a. Then I'm going to divide both sides by negative 7, and we'll get a equals negative 3. Okay? So our first step, we can solve this equation for a, but I'm not done yet. Now that we have a, we can find 5a plus 13. What this is basically asking us now is evaluate 5a plus 13 if a equals negative 3. Because we found out what a equals. A equals negative 3. So that means every time I see an a, I can plug in negative 3. So 5 times negative 3 plus 13. So 5 times negative 3 is negative 15 plus 13. Negative 15 plus 13 is negative 2. That's my final answer. All right, so where this is an application problem is we have to solve our equation first, and then we have to apply that solution to simplify another expression. All right, that's definitely a big quiz or test question, so make sure you understand that. You solve the equation first, and then you evaluate the expression with that value of the variable. Okay? In the next video, we'll actually deal with some real-life applications and how we handle those.